His is better. Nobody else really melees, though. So... Man, I like the knockback, but... With what we got. Alright, or I guess I could have put it all in there. Alright, guys. Any more that we can loot? All those. Okay. Let's do our level up.
Rise to the top.
Why
Or
are
get
we...
left in the dust.
Why is he so far over there? Why am I so far in the lead? Is there a way to change formation? I don't know. I mean, I get the T formation, but I guess the sixth person is supposed to be here? I mean, okay, I thought how the order we kind of have it, but... Alright, level up! I spent way too much time doing this, but I'm trying to figure out how to build my character. Okay, so we already got crowds. Coercion, maybe? Well, no, because I'm not doing fellowship. I mean, it doesn't hurt having more than one person medicate. This is based on strength. We'll do athletics. Alright, so... Contempt. Whenever the enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against that enemy deals an additional toughness bonus damage. If the warrior has less than 50% wounds, toughness. Whenever the warrior is attacked, they gain a 1 stack of epicenter of slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the warrior gains 1 temporary wound for each stack. Agility to the damage. My agility's not all that good, so no. I already got thick skin. Damage dealt by charge is increased by toughness plus strength bonus. The ability is used from a distance of 5 or more cells. That's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Toughness bonus is 5, plus strength bonus, which is 3, so that's plus 8. Ramming speed increases the distance of charge. It almost makes me think you could build this kind of like the native guy from Hard West, where the further the distance, the more powerful he gets, because you can charge 3 cells longer, which then you can do more damage with Impetuous. When the warrior takes damage, they gain a 5 plus 2 times the agility. See, I'm not very good agility, so that's not going to do me much good. Warrior gains toughness bonus damage deflection against the first attack made by every enemy this... So 5. And I already got 1 deflection. So 6, I would deflect 6 damage. Whenever warriors hit while under endure effect, their damage deflection is increased by +1 until the next turn. Whenever I parry... Okay. Charge and slash do not end the warrior's movement and grant a 10 plus agility bonus dodge for... There are so, look at this. There are so many. I don't even know where to begin. If that damage is dealt to a target adjacent to the Psyker, they gain 2 stacks instead. When the Psyker suffers lethal damage, stacks of Sanguine Siphon are removed to reduce the damage by -1 for each stack until all stacks are removed, which is nice. Whenever a psyker heals themselves or another character with their psychic power or an effect applied by a psychic power, this healing can critically heal with a chance of 5 plus 2 times the willpower bonus, which is currently 4. Its critical heal chance is increased by all the effects that increase the critical hit chance. The same. Okay. Kind of like that too, though, to keep myself alive. Because I will have to heal myself. Have one. When I get it, I don't know. Can't do psi rating. Psyker gains an inscribed soul ability at no action point, but it deals direct damage to the psyker equal to 25% of a maximum. I don't know if I like that. So to add extra skill. Combat Master. Enemy gains no melee superiority against this character. In melee combat, any target surrounded by more allies than the enemies receives a plus 10 weapon skill bonus for each additional ally. Large creatures need to be surrounded by more than 2 enemies to provide this advantage. Alright, so I get more weapon skill if more people are around me, which is alright. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against that enemy deals an additional toughness bonus damage. Let's do contempt, because that's extra 5 damage, and it says does not stack, but it can be reactivated after another attack is made. I like that. Okay. What's this? Special ability. Oh, it adds on to it. Okay. It adds on to it. Abelard. We'll give you carouse. What's your Medicaid at? Pretty. Yeah, we'll do carouse. You already got contempt. If the warrior has less than 50% wounds, they gain a 5 plus toughness bonus plus agility bonus. Your agility is 15. Let's give him impetuous, I think. All allies affected by brace for impact suffer only half damage. All attacks. Ooh. Do I have brace for impact with him? I don't think I do. Right? Oh, I do have it. Within 3 cell radius. And they get a +2 deflection for each archetype taken by the Navy officer. These are the archetype talents. Alright, I think I'm going to do that, actually. So I was going to raise fellowship on him. Do coercion. And then... all allies affected by brace for impact suffer only half damage from all attacks of attacks of opportunity, though. I don't know about that one. All allies affected by brace for impact gain a 30% cover penetration. Maybe also permanent gains 15 to cover penetration. I like that. But he's melee, so I'm not sure how well that is. Also allows a Navy officer to use ranged weapons in threatened areas. All allies do not suffer negative effects of melee superiority from the for the entire combat. Any target surrounded by more allies than enemies receives so it has to be surrounded by more allies. I don't know if that's going to work perfect either. All allies affected by brace for impact gain an extra turn with 0 AP or 3 movement points to increase their cover. So chance people to move. Okay. Actually, I don't know if I like any of those. I mean, do not falter would work maybe if you're on a boss. So if you're fighting a boss guy and you have 2 of us on him, that would work. Other than that, nobody else is going to be in melee with. Enemies suffer a negative 10 penalty to their hit chance with range attacks against the warrior for every enemy in a 1-cell radius. I'm going to up his charge. I think that's what we'll do with him. You have old injury. Injury that wasn't healed in time. It can be healed with a med kit, but it requires passing a Medicaid skill test to succeed. Cause a trauma. Tides of... well, let's see. What did you have anything good for your class? Oh, yeah, no, this isn't it. Whenever the operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, the operative gains a 1 damage and 2 armor pen until end of turn. Target analyze enemies has 2 or more exploits. 1. On the first turn in combat, the operative randomly distributes the same number of exploits when using analyze enemies among all enemies in a 10-cell radius around the operative. Okay. The operative has not moved this turn. They get a perception. Well, your ballistics. Yeah, that's not for you. Operative inflicts an exploit even on enemies which are out of the. Well, man, how do I want to build her though? I'm thinking we almost might want to do a ranged weapon, maybe. I think we might have to do ballistics. I think we'll do ballistics on her because she has some ranged psyker abilities. Perception's quite high. She also uses, of course, her willpower. But if we add some ballistics to it, then she can do more ranged damage. I'd like to work on Medicaid, which is her intelligence, though. So we got to put a little bit into intelligence. I think we wanted Medicaid on her too. Start of return. Enemy with the largest number of exploits receives an additional exploit stack. 2 more movements. Between the exploits and the Medicae are both long term. I know. And as an operative, she wants to put exploits. If the target of the analyzed enemies has 2 or more exploits, that target suffers a -1 additional exploit. Whenever the operative hits an enemy that has an that is affected by an exploit and explosive weakness, that enemy loses -3 movement points, and their damage is reduced by 20% till the next turn. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, so range with a sniper? I could do that. I could do that. I want somebody with a sniper, and I kind of want her range. Her ballistics is garbage. But I could increase that. Enemies suffer a -20 penalty to dodge against LAS weapon attacks. Solid projectile weapons attacks gain 2 minimum range. Projectile one? Is that what you're talking about? Can we see what that sniper? Let's cancel. That's okay. Additional hit, range, shot. Eladari equipment, Drukari equipment, Adeptus Astartes equipment. Laser weapons are effective against targets and cover. So it's a laser. Yeah, LAS. So it is a laser weapon. Okay. Okay. So. You're right. That is the right one. Oh god. Inflict despair. Laser weapon expert. Enemies suffer -20 penalty to dodge against laser weapon attack. Yes. So we're gonna have to do something with her ballistics to get that higher. Don't know when we can do that. Her ballistics are terrible. Right here we can. Yeah, we can do that. I don't think anybody else. Oops, so Argenta, we're not going to do that. She is going to be sticking with her gun, which is a bolt gun. I kind of want to keep that. I'd like to be able to have lasers, bolts. I don't know if anybody has resistance to anyone, so it's kind of nice to have multiple different ones. But her gun needs to be better. The -3 movement when enemy is hit, that is a nice one too. Anything that slow them down, reduce their damage, make us hit it harder. I think that's gonna be great. There's so many different ways you build your character too. That's insane. She needs a better gun than this. Okay, so we're working bolt with her. Yeah, reload is nice, because right now it costs 3 to reload. What is her specials? All enemies in the affected area of War of Him, Furious Recital, gain 1 stack of Disturbed effect. Enemies that are adjacent to the devotee gain 2 stacks of Disturbed instead. But she's not melee, so nobody's going to be close. Gain willpower is divided by 2 damage for single shot attacks for round. Devotee gains 4 times willpower bonus. That's only 3 willpower. To armor against attacks and demons and warp damage. Devotee's resolve is also permanently increased. Resolve influences how efficiently and for long characters can fight in the battle. It determines the amount of momentum gained. Okay, so the Shield of Faith I don't mind. I don't know how well it's warp damage. Maybe I don't think I've dealt with anybody doing it yet. And for the demons, I don't know if we fought any yet. Coupled with ballistics, yeah, like her ballistics, I went high. Perception, I kind of think went a little high because it reduces the enemy's dodge chance against my attacks. For sure, I want those 2. And I'm, again, almost want to keep perception up on. Yeah, so perception, ballistics is for sure on her. After that, it's just going to be extra, whatever extra. Agility, because she's high in, I want her tech and demolition, which is int. So agility and some int. Tech use, maybe? Her Medicaid is 35. She might be about the highest in that, though. I might use her as the medic. I was wondering if I was going to do Idira, but I might do her instead. Gives her another plus 10, which gets her at 45. What is yours? Yours is 30. Oh, yours is 40, though. And it's based on int. Do I really want int on you, though? No. I think you... Yeah, so we'll pump it into int. Perception, int, ballistics. Yeah, that'll work. So I might give her Medicaid now. Well, let's see. What else do we got? Enemies damaged by the soldier's area attacks suffer 1 plus ballistic damage. That soldier gains a 10, 2 times. I got hit 3 different enemies. My area effect. For each adjacent ally, soldier gains 3 plus agility. Your agility is not going to be very high. Well, no, your agility is high. That's right, it is, because you're demolitions. 3 plus agility bonus, % critical chance. This bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover at the moment of the attack. This bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover. First hit. Yeah, ranged and heal. That's what I want. And if she can get longer momentum, so she can move further. I think one of her talents lets her move further, longer range of movement. So I like it. Enough bullets for everyone. The soldier's second attack action in a turn deals 5 plus 2 times agility bonus more damage to enemies that have not suffered damage from the soldiers during this turn. Soldier gains 3 plus agility bonus to crit. This bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover at the moment of the attack. Because tech use Medicaid is based on int. I do want int. I also want agility. I don't know how much agility I need, so I don't know what demolition's at 65 at the moment with her. So I don't know how much more I need to pump into agility for that. It improves the character's initiative, dodge, chance, and reaction. If the character uses a melee weapon, their dodge reduction is equal to half their agility. Yeah, so I think we might be okay. I think int is what we're going to focus on. So we'll do, I think in Medicaid. 2 more movement points, which is nice. Got bolt weapon expert 2. Bolt weapon attacks gain 10 armor pen. No, you know, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Yeah, that's basically what else. Because her Medicaid is at 35, which is kind of bad. It's between Bolt or Medicaid. Let's do Medicaid. Let's do Medicaid. We need somebody to heal good. We can add 10 more to Medicaid. Could really boost that. It encompasses the subconscious ability to react to things the conscious mind cannot perceive. I got somebody else that's really high perception and awareness, so still do Medicaid. We'll just pump her up right quick on here. 5. That'll work. I like it. Okay. Now for you. I have no idea even what I want to do with you. Her persuasion is high. Her awareness is high because the perception is high. Her willpower is high. I can't constantly do psychic abilities because it's just think stuff starts to unravel. Whenever a navigator uses navigator power, it hasn't been used this combat. The navigator gains 2 perception until end of combat. I just think she needs something like ballistics or something to add on to that, right? I don't think you can just constantly use. Unless she could just buffer. She could just be 100% buffer.